Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are in Shibuya again because I'm working in Shibuya a bit later today at a live house called the Chelsea Hotel. I am shooting Anzi Destruction live, and they're not paying me to do it. Sort of in two minds about it, but I had the time. I don't quite have the money, but I have the time, and they're gonna pay for my transport, so fuck it, do it as a portfolio piece, why not? Anyway, before I have to go and work, obviously I'm here in Shibuya, and it's fucking Shibuya. I've been here so many fucking times. You've seen it on my channel so many fucking times. It is what it is. So you guys get to tell me what you want to do. Well, I'm just gonna sort of look at the fucking people walking past until time runs out. So you guys watching, tell me if you want to go anywhere in particular, if you want to see anything in particular. I'm not gonna do any stupid fucking YouTuber shenanigans, but you know, other than that, let me know. We'll do shit. It's such a pity you are watching with the sound off, because I can answer that question really well right here in Shibuya. Let's go point at them. Here's some of the obvious ones. Architecturally, what has changed in Shibuya specifically? That fucker right over there. And then the building behind it over there. Those weren't there too long ago. There's a whole bunch of construction going on the other side of Shibuya Station. And that's all basically being geared up towards the Olympics, but also beyond that. Shibuya is pushing to become a high-tech city to encourage Silicon Valley type companies to set up shop here. And there are a number of Japanese Silicon Valley type companies that do set up shop here already. And yeah, so they're attracting those sort of people. They're attracting a lot of money. They're attracting a different clientele for what made the city famous, put it that way. Which leads on to the social changes. And when I came to Japan, it was basically at the very end of the sort of Gyaru era. Shibuya was already well on its way to gentrification death, but right now it's almost complete. The kids of Shibuya are all boring fucking millennials. None of them seem to do anything interesting with their lives. All the really crazy fashion, all the really interesting music, all the really fucking Shibuya shit in Shibuya is all but gone, because the creators of that sort of stuff can't afford it anymore. The entire area has just become heavily corporate. There it is. 109, which used to sort of like be the center of that sort of fashion, that sort of Shibuya young, trendy chick fashion. I mean, what they sell there is just basically variations of what you find in shopping malls these days. There's very little interesting, new, innovative designer shit, you know. I mean, it's not like Shibuya's dead, obviously. There's fucking people everywhere. It's just, it's lost its edge, it's lost its craziness. So, to me at least, those are the two most noticeable architectural and social things that have changed in Shibuya in my 9 years here in Japan. That, and I've lost a lot of hair since then too. Alright, next question. Fuck it, I don't know why we're watching the crossing. You want to see the crossing? I've got more than a few videos of it. Let's walk around, let's go somewhere else. While I wait for you guys to ask me shit or tell me what to do. Incidentally, how are we for time? We've got about 15-20 minutes left of the stream, so keep that in mind. For a newcomer that wants to experience Shibuya but wants to avoid the tourist attractions, I didn't get the last bit, sorry, say it again? Or rather, type it again, mate. Or if you don't type it again, I'm just gonna pretend that I know what you said at the end there and make it up as I go along. Alrighty. So for the person who wants to experience Shibuya but doesn't really want to do the tourism thing, I should probably get the fuck away from this bloody idle thing because YouTube's gonna take away my monetization. Because corporations spam their shit onto the fucking street, and because of that regular folks can't make what, 5 yen off of advertising on YouTube. Alright, it's a pity, it was a nice view. I'll walk and talk. Alright, so for someone who wants to experience Shibuya, doesn't really want to get bogged down in the tourist trappings of the place, where do you start? Well, firstly, do you speak Japanese or not? Because even in somewhere as international as Shibuya, the simple fact is, if you really want to dig deep, you're gonna need some sort of linguistic ability. Assuming you can rub together the basics and you are willing to put yourself out there like an idiot and speak what little you know in order to foster some communication with people, then what I suggest you do is you go up this hill we're walking up right now, Dorgenzaka, and you go watch some live music. That's a little more quiet out here. Whew. Fucking tourists. Yeah, so if you really don't want to do the tourist thing, you don't fucking ride those Mario Karts, alright? Because it doesn't get more fucking tourist bullshit than that. Yeah, you can see that. Anyway, so yeah, I'd say go up Dorgenzaka, check out some live music, especially if you like Japanese rock music, if you like just fucking any music that performs live. Go up the hill to all the live houses, see what's there, check out a live, or go up to a nightclub at night, because you know that's when nightclubs happen. Again, all of them are up this hill, and you can, what the fuck, you can get yourself into a setting where there is alcohol flowing, where there is loud music, where there are people having fun, having the similar sort of fun to you, and then you can just sort of roll with it from there. So yeah, that's definitely a great way to experience the fun side of Shibuya the way everyone else does. There's Niku-Yokocho actually. Let's go take a look at Niku-Yokocho, shall we? No, I don't want to go inside, but let's go show you where it is at least. And there's a fuck ton of shit to eat in Shibuya. There's just everything you could possibly imagine, including the very best hamburgers in Japan. But Niku-Yokocho, I reckon, is still one of the coolest, hiding in plain sight, not quite secrets about Shibuya. I mean, whenever I go to Niku-Yokocho, the only foreign faces I see are people who clearly live there, or people who are taken there by people who clearly live there, as I often do. It's not something that I see tourists doing off their own accord, and so that's a good place to start. Also, it involves alcohol. You're in close proximity to other people, and when people drink, you know, they want to talk, and you can make friends and move from there. Alright, so Niku-Yokocho. I need to make a video about Niku-Yokocho actually, like a proper video. But there is one problem with Niku-Yokocho, shit costs a lot of money there. And I don't have much of that shit right now, so when the money comes, we'll definitely do a Niku-Yokocho video, because while we're missioning towards Niku-Yokocho, so I can add a second answer to 3 steps behind Asad's question. Anyone else has something to ask? Now's the time. We've got about 10 minutes left in the stream. Ooh, that's a great one. Thoughts on Japanese work-life balance compared to international work-life balance, and how is it different? Whoa, it's something that's a hot topic right now, because the Japanese work-life balance is killing people. It's part of the reason I'm poor, actually, is because even a very slack Japanese work-life balance was not working for me. Okay, so we are walking up the Center-gai basketball street.
I never have TikTok, only you. And you
and that's the diagonal street across from the crossing if you're coming here for the first time. Cross the crossing, go up Center-gai. And then when you get to this McDonald's, hang a right. The giant Berkshire. Go this way being left. Ooh. Bump to the stand, camera went flying. to this relatively nondescript building with a sign for Niku on it. It has Niku Yokocho. You go inside, again, relatively nondescript building, up some relatively nondescript stairs. This is the map of the place, by the way. And this is Niku Yokocho. It's great music. But like I said, today I don't have cash, and so no eating at Niku Yokocho for me, sadly. And that means you guys don't get to eat vicariously through me today. But yeah, Niku Yokocho, that's a great place to consume alcohol and meet people and get the Shibuya experience in a slightly less touristy way, still within extremely short walking distance of the station, right in the middle of Shibuya. I mean, you could go further out and then, you know, really have some cool fun as well, but I guess that sort of defeats the purpose of the question, and it's not something I can cover in a short stream, so there you go. Now onto the third question that you guys asked me in front of a karaoke place. Let's give myself a nice backdrop right in front of a police koban. That's ayashi as fuck. Let's move along a bit. Alright, so my thoughts on the Japanese work-life balance. There is none. People who generally want to have a life make no money, and people who work have no life. There is no fucking balance. We could go into real depth about it, because the sad truth is a lot of the dodgy shit with work culture in Japan is just purely appearance. It's people who want to look busy, who want to give the appearance of, let's sort this camera out. People who want to give the appearance of actually working while other people are working, so they end up staying fucking late, wasting the time. They're not actually working harder, they're just working longer for the sake of it. And when I was a teacher, you saw that a lot. People who would stay well over their assigned hours just because, you know, other people are staying, they don't want to be the first one to go home. Which makes no fucking sense whatsoever, does it? No. But then on top of that, because people are expected to stay at work late, you find that obviously employers will exploit this and pile work on people that they can only ever do in their after hours sort of overtime time. And depending on where you work, you may not even get paid for your overtime. You probably do, you probably don't. In general though, you're not getting enough money for the amount of time you're working. And as a result, you know, people literally fucking work themselves to death. And recently there have been some really famous, really well-known cases of people who have worked themselves to death. It's called karoshi in Japanese. There's actually a word for working yourself to death. And I mean, by comparison to some of those people, I actually never worked that hard. But I was working hard enough at my old place of employment for far less than the money was worth, and it was having sort of physical effects on my body. And so that's part of the reason why, when to add insult to injury, they fucking didn't respect my contribution to the company, I said fuck it, I'm leaving. So, well, as a result, I have no money right now, so there is that. You kind of have to work yourself to death in order to earn a salary. I think that's what 3 steps behind Asad is probably doing right now. He should be fucking partying somewhere in Shibuya, but he's probably working and working. And on weekends when I have free time, he's always fucking working. And then when he has free time, I'm always fucking working. We never hang out. That's something else that happens, and you see it a lot in Tokyo, and this fucking idol music is pissing me off. Let's go down this street. What the fuck is it with idol music? It is the most fucking disgusting shit. Like, how do people listen? Do you listen to idol music? Work yourself to death. Seriously. I wish all these fucking music idols and boy bands would die of overwork. I could fully get behind the concept of karoshi if they all fucking died. Alright, maybe over here I'll have a little bit of respite from that horrible fucking music they're forcing onto us in the public space. Like, it's really weird because I usually just have headphones on when I walk around Shibuya, so I don't actually hear the bullshit that's going around me. I just look at stuff. And then when I cut it together for my YouTube channel, I generally put it to music so you guys don't have to deal with that shit. One of the downsides of streaming live. Anyway, we've got, what, 2 minutes left in the stream. I'm not entirely certain if I managed to answer that question on the work-life balance, because honestly it is something I should probably sit down, script, and sort of focus my thoughts on a bit better, because I do have very strong opinions, clearly, on the concept of karoshi and the fact that in Japan people fucking put too much emphasis on the appearance of work without actually doing any work, yet still kill themselves doing it. Let's end the stream on this. I was on Twitter and somebody was saying something along the lines of it would be nice if someone did something about the actual overwork situation as opposed to just commenting on it or something. And my response to that tweet was, death by overwork, bullying, and unpaid overtime are 3 of Japan's most prized cultural tenets, and you'll never get rid of them. And the sad fact is that's truth. That's just the truth. Zangyo, karoshi, and ijime. Overtime, death by overwork, and bullying are more, what's the word? A more powerful Japanese cultural tenets, construct's the bad word. They're the most Japanese culture you're gonna ever find. Fuck geisha, fuck sushi, fuck otaku and all that shit. It's straight up overwork, death by overwork, and bullying. Those are the 3 most Japanese things in Japanese culture, without a doubt, without a fucking doubt. And all the way from the top, from the fucking Prime Minister himself, down to every aspect of work and every aspect of life, you see that as the norm. So yeah, that's my opinion on the work-life balance in Japan. And despite that, I'm not leaving. I'm still here. I love it. So there is that. We are 1 minute over the stream, and I'm sure you guys are tired of looking at my face. So we're gonna switch back to the other camera. I'm gonna walk around for about 3 more minutes and give you guys a little bit of bonus. I'm gonna try and shut up till then. Listen to the idle fucking music. That's actually really good music for a change. Is that Gerald? I think it's Gerald.
まだ5時半
That was nice. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people who do not subscribe to either gender. That's it for today. They're looking at me. Funny. That's it for today. I've got so much footage that I've shot that I just need to edit. I just don't have time, but I promise I will get to it soon, and if nothing else, you'll get another one of these in a week, so. Cheers.